Hello guys. Welcome to your own YouTube channel, The Little Einsteins. Once upon a time, on a beautiful farm nestled among rolling hills and shimmering lakes, a mother duck was eagerly awaiting the arrival of her new ducklings. One by one, the eggs hatched and tiny, fluffy ducklings emerged, chirping and waddling around joyfully. However, one egg remained, larger than the rest, and it took longer to hatch. Finally, after much anticipation, the last egg cracked open to reveal a duckling unlike the others. He was gray and awkward, with big feet and a long neck. The other ducklings peered at him and snickered, "Look at him. He's so ugly." The poor duckling felt sad and out of place. He longed to be as lovely as his siblings, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't change his appearance. His mother loved him dearly and defended him from the teasing, but the other farm animals were not as kind. They called him Ugly Duckling and shunned him wherever he went. Feeling rejected and unloved, the Ugly Duckling decided to leave the farm and find a place where he belonged. He embarked on a journey, wandering through meadows, forests, and lakes, seeking acceptance and companionship. But wherever he went, he was met with scorn and disdain. One day, as winter approached, the Ugly Duckling found a secluded pond surrounded by tall reeds. Here, he hoped to find some solace and rest before continuing his journey. As the days grew colder, he struggled to survive, but he found some comfort in the quiet solitude of the pond. Winter arrived with a blanket of snow, and the Ugly Duckling endured freezing temperatures, longing for warmth and company. He watched enviously as flocks of graceful swans glided gracefully across the sky, yearning to be like them. Yet, he believed that such a dream was impossible for one as ugly as he. Finally, the long, harsh winter passed, and spring brought new life to the pond. As the Ugly Duckling swam in the water, he saw his reflection and sighed, "Why am I so different? Why can't I be like the beautiful swans?" One day, as the Ugly Duckling was drifting along the pond, he noticed a group of majestic swans approaching. Frightened, he tried to hide among the reeds, but it was too late, they had seen him. To his surprise, the swans didn't sneer or mock him. Instead, they swam closer, their eyes filled with kindness and compassion. "Who are you?" one of the swans asked gently. "I'm just an ugly duckling," he replied, tears welling in his eyes. The swans looked at each other, puzzled by his words. "You are not an ugly duckling," said the oldest swan. "You are one of us, a beautiful swan." The Ugly Duckling was taken aback. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. "But how can that be?" he asked. "I'm nothing like you. I'm different and awkward." The kind swans surrounded him and explained, "You were never an ugly duckling. You were a young swan all along. You were simply lost and didn't know where you belonged. We have been searching for you for a long time." Tears of joy filled the Ugly Duckling's eyes as he realized that he had finally found his true family. The swans welcomed him with open wings, embracing him as one of their own. They taught him to fly, and he soared through the sky with grace and elegance, feeling more alive and free than he had ever felt before. As he looked down at the farm he had left behind, he forgave the animals for their cruelty and understood that their unkindness had led him to his true destiny. He learned that it didn't matter what he looked like on the outside, what truly mattered was the beauty that resided within him. And so, the Ugly Duckling lived happily ever after, surrounded by friends who loved and accepted him for who he truly was, a magnificent and graceful swan with a heart full of kindness and understanding. As the Ugly Duckling embraced his new life with the swans, he found a sense of belonging he had never known before. He reveled in the camaraderie of his fellow swans, and they welcomed him with open hearts. The beauty of his newfound family went beyond their graceful appearance, they possessed kind and compassionate souls, just like him. Together they traveled to different lakes and rivers, exploring the world and forming lasting friendships with other animals they encountered along the way. The Ugly Duckling had learned from his own experiences and newfound wisdom that appearances were superficial, and it was the warmth and goodness within that truly mattered. One day, as the swans flew to a distant lake, they spotted the same farm where the Ugly Duckling had hatched. Curious, they decided to land and take a closer look. The ugly duckling was anxious, as he feared the farm animals might still reject him. To his surprise, the farm had changed. The once cold-hearted animals had learned a valuable lesson from the ugly duckling's departure. They realized their unkindness had caused him pain, and they felt remorseful for their behavior. As the swans approached the farm animals gathered to see them. The ugly duckling hesitated for a moment, but he mustered the courage to step forward. The farm animals gasped in astonishment. "It's the ugly duckling," they exclaimed. "No, he's not the ugly duckling anymore," the oldest swan corrected them. "He's one of us, a magnificent swan." The ugly duckling spoke gently, "I forgive you all for the pain you caused me. I have found my true family, and they have taught me that true beauty lies in the heart." Touched by his forgiveness and inspired by his transformation, the farm animals welcomed the ugly duckling back with open arms. They apologized for their past behavior and promised to treat others with kindness and respect from then on. The ugly duckling's return to the farm marked a new chapter in his life. He became a bridge between the swans and the farm animals, fostering understanding and acceptance between the two groups. The farm animals learned to appreciate diversity and embrace everyone's unique qualities. The tale of the ugly duckling's transformation and forgiveness spread like wildfire throughout the land. People far and wide were moved by his journey from rejection to acceptance and the beauty that emerged from within him. His story became a symbol of hope, teaching everyone that true happiness lies in being true to oneself and embracing one's identity. As the years passed, the ugly duckling grew wise and old, surrounded by the love of his swan family and the respect of the farm animals. He shared his story with young ducklings, reminding them that they should never let others define their worth, and that they should always be kind to those who might seem different. His moral lesson of love, acceptance, and the beauty of the heart touched the lives of many, inspiring generations to come. The ugly duckling's tale became an enduring reminder that in a world where appearances are often judged, the true measure of beauty lies in the authenticity of one's soul. And so, the ugly duckling's legacy lived on, carried in the hearts of all who heard his story. His transformation from an ugly duckling to a graceful swan showed the world that every soul possesses the potential to shine brightly, and that it is through compassion, understanding, and forgiveness that we can create a world where everyone is valued for who they are. Thanks for listening. If you are new here, please subscribe to our channel now and turn on the notification bell, so you'll never miss a single upload. Together, let's make this YouTube journey unforgettable. Thank you for your incredible support. Let's make great memories together on our channel. See you in the next video.